it going? Let me see if I can... If I can see... Sorry, if anyone's watching already. Okay. It appears that we're good to go. So, I guess first things first, I've downloaded 2 mods for this game since yesterday. One is DSFix, and to be honest, I'm not entirely certain that it's really having that much of an effect. I'm not sure what the best way to check that would be. I mean, the game looks pretty good to me, but I don't know, kind of looked pretty good yesterday too. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me cut this real quick. I'm going to change the bit rate and make it a little bit higher, just because. So, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Looks like I need to reverse my hollowing. Thanks to Rashane from yesterday for providing me with humanities with which to do that. Looks like changing the bitrate didn't do a whole lot for video quality, but I mean, if you mind, let me know. You know, if it bothers you, maybe I can increase it a little bit more. I just don't want to make it so high that it becomes difficult for people to watch, like with buffering and whatnot. Since it's supposed to be a live stream, I don't want, you know. Not to mention, I don't want to put too much strain on my network, that way PvP isn't impacted. But anyway, hopefully my performance today will be a little bit better than yesterday. Oh, no, that was bad. My controller just dropped out for a second. But, yeah, yesterday, to be honest, I've had probably 6 beers. Oh, jeez. My controller keeps dropping out. This is bad. Hopefully this is a temporary thing. I don't know if you get the audio from that, like when it makes that USB device disconnect sound. Hopefully you do, so you know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, like I said, hopefully that's just a temporary thing and that stops happening, because that'll make it very difficult to play this. I might have to switch to a different game if I can't use a controller. I do have one other controller that I can use, but it's a bit stiff, so if you'd rather have that, you can do that. Oh, there we go. Alright. Let me try a different USB port real quick. This is gonna just get me killed over and over again. Oh jeez, I can't even rest right now? Oh, really? It seems like I might have to do this. Hold on while I get this fixed. Okay, move to a different USB port. Hopefully that is all it takes. One more time, one more here. Good luck. 18 right now. I'm thinking I might continue to level past that. There were reasons why I would stick to 18, but I'm not sure how important they really are. We'll see. In the meantime, I might see if I can get to lower Undeadburg and maybe challenge the Copper Demon. Maybe get the next, was it Ember, so I can improve my weapons some more, because I think that's going to have the biggest impact on my, ability to deal damage. More so than my stats. Now I think eventually I will have to level myself up as much as I would like to stay where I'm at, because I would like to start using miracles and that kind of thing, and I would like to increase my equipment load some more, because I don't see me wearing this Eastern armor for very long. Not that I don't enjoy it. I mean, it looks pretty nice with the lion head and everything, but yeah, the defense is reasonable. So I got DS fix earlier today, probably like just a few minutes ago really. DS fix and PvP watchdogs, so hopefully, oh there goes that again, hopefully I won't get hacked like last night, or at least like, I'm pretty sure the person who invaded me had some sort of I guess third-party service, third-party like program running in the background that made it so that they couldn't take damage beyond a certain point, because I definitely backstabbed that guy like 15 times, and he only healed once, and I got him back down to about, 1/3 of his HP, and then he just stayed there no matter what I did to him. So, I mean, it could be just me, or it could be that he was cheating. Either way, hopefully with this PvP Watchdogs utility, I'll be able to, kick players like that, and I'll be able to know ahead of time if that sort of thing is happening. I guess it's a good thing I have 2 longswords, because I think I might make one of them. I think it's Divine is the first level. Anyway, because sooner or later I will have to go to the catacombs, and when I do, I will need some kind of blessed weapon so that the skeletons stay dead. There's nothing more annoying than enemies that just get back up. Oh. Alright, so it seems to disconnect every time I take damage. No? No. Maybe it's when the controller attempts to vibrate? I wonder if I can turn that off. Definitely not in here. Wait. Vibration. Oh. Hopefully that helps. No guarantees, but like I said before, I guess the next thing to try would be that PS3 controller that I have, and If that doesn't work, I'll switch over to another game. I've got a few that I can play with keyboard and mouse, like Minecraft, Terraria. I mean, I could even play like Assassin's Creed or something. I just started playing that recently. Both Unity and Assassin's Creed Rogue, I think I have. Rogue I played more of, but Unity's looking pretty interesting. So, might check out either one of those. I'm not sure what it is about Dark Souls that makes me just kind of hesitant to play it with the keyboard and mouse. I think it's mostly the like the sensitivity of the mouse with the camera controls. When I was running some preliminary tests before I started this stream, I was just running around as another character, and I feel like I nearly got myself killed a couple of times just messing with the camera. So. That would probably be just a repeat of last night. These guys are going down a lot faster than I remember last night. Ah, I do have the key for this. Cool. I thought about boosting my frame rate up to you know, what is it, 60 frames per second, but I read also that with DSFix, if you increase your frame rate like that, it can potentially cause some clipping errors. Things like when you're sliding down ladders and stuff, it can cause problems. So, sliding down ladders is one of those things that I prefer to do because climbing down them just takes so long. So I'd rather just keep the 30 frames per second. So far so good. Oh, where did you come from? Must have come from upstairs. Do I have a key for this? No, next door.
Somebody! Anybody! Damn, I'm finished. How did this ever...
How did this happen indeed? Hello, friend.
Brilliant. You opened the door for me. Thank you. I'm saved. I thought I might never escape. I'm the sorcerer of the school. I am much obliged for your assistance. Thanks to you, I may now resume my travels.
Sorcery stuff.
Oh, hello. I'm fine. I have my sorcery. Besides, I have an important
task at hand. That guy's searching for his master, Loghain, I believe. Logan. They have Logan, that's it. Loghain's a character from the Wheel of Time. Oh jeez. So burned. Yeah, Big Hat Logan's an interesting fellow. I like his style. I had a friend who at one point wore his hat, that giant brimmed hat, ran around casting all the most powerful sorceries and stuff. He was pretty cool. Fun to watch. You know. There's a guy hiding behind this door. And I think there's one hiding behind this door as well. Can't always catch him behind the door like that. There we go. Knock them all out. Could have gone better. But I have plenty of Estus flasks left, so I think I'll be okay. that room. You know, just taking a quick look around. I don't remember where all the loot is anymore. And there should be a dog running up on me in a second. And all these fellas. There's a dog. I didn't know they could heal themselves. I guess everybody kind of can. Almost got that bleeding damage on me. I guess I should probably pull these out. There we go. Kind of increase my survivability a little bit, hopefully. And there's a dog back there. All that black leather stuff. I think that thieves start with that armor. It's pretty good for its weight. It's got some pretty strong hostess with the beak. It's got some pretty strong stats. Kind of want to put that sorcerer's hat on. Never mind. I'm not gonna wear that. By wow, I'm surprised the black leather gloves actually weigh more than the Eastern Gauntlets, but they're significantly higher in defense. So I'm gonna wear them. They look a little bit funny. Maybe I'll switch all of it over. Some kind of notification. Can't tell what it was. Must not have been that important. Okay. I guess we should go in now. Thank you for joining me. Oh, another summon sign. I'm gonna take them too. Money. Summoning one more person and then we can go. Hope you're not too, no, don't leave. What a jerk. Do we get this other guy at least? Unknown? I'm guessing probably no. Well, I guess we'll just try and solo it. See what happens. Once I kill this dog, I can focus. Let's go. I think if we can lure him up the stairs, he'll fall off and get to going through that way. Alright, fine, we're just fighting the ground. Come on down. Let's do this the hard way. See, I was hoping to get one of those down stabs on it. One thing that's amazing is later on in this game you actually fight like a pack of these guys deep in some volcanic land. very fortunate to have such a good shield right now. See, can block even that too. And see what I ought to do is try and dodge it. Because it'll save my fatigue and then it'll open up on some solid attacks. But now... Oh, did he go down? I got him. Yeah, I got him. Good. 126. He's probably faster just fighting on the ground here. So you have to goad him into attack. Get him. Like most bosses in this game. Solid hit. I did not dodge that, but I wanted to. Luckily, I can stay out of his reach quite easily. And that's that. Whew. Now we can go to the depths, where I can get the next flame, or the next ember, or whatever you call the thing that the blacksmith uses. Ow! There are actually 3 blacksmiths in this game, I believe. One that specializes, at least 3. There may be more, but I can't think of them right now. There's one who is a skeleton, I believe, in the catacombs. Then there's one in New Londo. He's actually probably the first one you're ever going to meet. I believe he can reinforce your weapons. I'm not sure. I think about it. He's a sorcerer. I know he sells you your first sorceries and stuff like that. And then obviously there's Andre, the Restorer, who you meet underneath the belfry. This is the belfry. Or no, it's near the belfry, but it's actually something else. The entrance into the forest. Alright, so that links back to Firelink. So we just opened up a pretty nifty shortcut. I'm gonna run back, pop into the sewers. I should probably hit a bonfire, but we'll see how far I can get like this. There aren't any really convenient bonfires. If I go all the way back to well, actually, if I go back to Firelink, I won't have to fight that many things on the trip back. Just those few at the on the stairs on the right here. Favor and protection on, and that blue tear starting in right now. Hopefully I can get something a little bit more effective coming up soon. I kind of like the, what do you call it? The Dark Eye. The one that allows you to drain HP from everything. I think it might be on hit, it might be on kill. Can't recall. But either way, being able to, you know, negate some of the healing that you have to do. Definitely handy. Keeps your Estus flasks going a little bit longer. And there's our sorcerer friend who we just rescued. This is one thing that you don't often have to do in Dark Souls 2. Generally, the only time that you ever have to repair your equipment in Dark Souls 2 is if it breaks. And generally, your equipment will last long enough to get you from bonfire to bonfire, and that's how it's repaired. You just, when you rest, your items get filled as well, which is a lot more convenient, I'd say. It doesn't cost souls or anything. But at the same time, I guess it does make the game a little bit easier. Although, I guess, and I say I guess a lot, but I would say that the main reason they implemented that feature is because your level and your ability to connect to other players is more based on how many souls you've had, whether you still have them or not. So you can end up fighting players who have spent their souls differently. And so, like, if you were spending all of your souls to repair your items, anybody who had, you know, lower durability items would be at a significant disadvantage, or more of a disadvantage, I guess, because with lower durability, you do have that constant danger of breaking them. But anyway, down into the depths. First time I played this game, I didn't know this place was here for the longest time. And this guy used to catch me off guard. He still kind of does, I guess. Collecting all the souls. Ow. Yeah, I need some fire resistance or something. So clearly not fast enough. Although I think my shield actually has pretty high fire resistance, so I probably should just block them first. When you block them, they usually stagger. These lightweight guys not wearing any armor or anything. That's the way to do it. There's a guy down here. Butcher. He's got a pet dog or two, I think. We're gonna go visit him, I guess. He's guarding the ember that we want. Oh, do not go down there. Oh, okay. Dog came back. And the butcher seems not to have noticed me yet, which is very handy. Now I can kill his dog real quick. And fight him one-on-one. He's much like the Copper Demon, I guess. Got that meat hook. That lunge right there is the main reason that I really like the longsword. The broadsword's pretty good too, but it has a different power point. Made a mistake there. And if you try to block that downward stroke, he's so heavy that most of the time it'll knock you on your ass. So I tend to just back off every time. Now I can either go back up or I can go down. I think I'm more partial to going back up, so I can get my stuff reinforced to +10. Well, actually, I'll need some Titanite chunks, I think. No. Titanite shards, Titanite chunks, Titanite slabs. So yeah, it's chunks. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think that it's that. Homeward Bone to save time, because I don't use them that often. Oh, jeez. Get myself killed on the way though. That'll be good. you. That's everybody. This lens is especially useful in these cramped quarters because a lot of times you try to attack something and bounce off the wall. And then get killed. Or at least wounded. Not the way I want to do things. I think the only weapon that the weapon that I've used the least in this game is the spear. But I did have a friend who used them pretty much exclusively for a while. You know, piercing weapons. And they can come in handy, especially in this tight quarters, because it's mainly thrusts. There are some spears which specialize in more broad attacks, more slashing type of attacks. I think the Partisan is one of them. Something I picked up a little while ago. But these are all dexterity-based weapons, or at least they get the, you know, you get the most use out of them with a dexterity-based character. And that is something I haven't really gone into with this character. It's all pretty much strength. A little bit of endurance, I think. A little vitality and a little resistance, which I've been told is actually like the most useless stat in this game, which may be true. I sort of disagree, but then again, I guess if you're I mean, at a certain point, most stats, like most things you can put your points into, will reach like a soft cap. So like you get to 40 or 60 strength or whatever, and then you stop seeing such drastic returns from putting levels into it. The same goes for basically everything. And then I think once you get to like 70 or 80, it starts giving you a little bit more back. And then you hit around 100 or so, and then it doesn't give you nearly as much anymore. It's like, you know, half of a percentage increase in damage or something from those stats, but, you know. What I'm trying to say is that, and resistance does that as well, but if you put points into resistance, you're going to get to that point where, like, it wouldn't matter if you had spent some souls on resistance and some on dexterity and what have you, because sooner or later you're going to just probably put points in everything, because they're, you know, you get more of a return from the ones that you've put less into. So. I don't know, it all works out. And the higher your resistance, you know, the better your resistance to poison, so you have more time to, you know, if you're going to be taking hits a lot, you have more time to, like, nullify it or whatever, give yourself some kind of antidote. Same goes for, like, resistance, or, you know, bleeding, stuff like that. And I think, like, a lot of these things are kind of cumulative. You know, if you have your resistance high and you have decent armor, or it means you can get away with a little bit less armor, maybe. I guess it's probably more useful for squishy types, but still. I mean, high resistance and good armor. You're going to be better than somebody that doesn't have any resistance and the same armor. So. But I guess the payoff all around is probably less. I don't know. I don't claim to know everything about this game. I feel like I know a fair amount. I mean, I've got a lot of experience with it, but it has been quite a while as well, and I didn't have the benefit of internet access when I first started playing it, so there are a lot of things I had questions about that I just kind of had to figure out on my own. So let me see if I can increase. No, that's right. Modify longsword ascend. Reinforce the +6 to +7. Purchase how many Titanite shards do I need? Or is it... No, large Titanite shards, okay. I need to go farm those then, I guess. I know where I can get them. They're down in the, that place I was just at. The, no, it's the... Can't remember the name now.
Don't get yourself killed.
The sewers, you know. The underground. So I guess I'll head back in that direction. You get far enough down there, you fight this big old gaping dragon thing. And I think you may gain access to the, to Blighttown that way. No, wait. Blighttown is... How do you get to Blighttown? Oh, through the Valley of the Drakes, which... Oh, okay. Shit. I should be going back to the forest and just head down to Blighttown. Because ultimately Blighttown is going to be the next place to go. I need to fight Quelaag. And then I can get to Anne Orlando, which is actually quite quick. There's some good items in Anne Orlando. Definitely worth picking up. So I may go that way. It's also one of the prettiest areas in the game, I think. Built for giants. Quite massive, full of castles and things. And of course, I'm running in completely the wrong direction to get to the forest. So let me just turn around. At least I'm getting some souls in the way, right? Pop back down to Firelink. Get my 10 Estus flasks from that fire. And then turn back around. And down into the forest. Sound like a plan? Cool. I've been thinking about streaming Ocarina of Time. It's pretty much one of my favorite games. Or at least I have the fondest memories of that game. But I'm not sure how Nintendo would feel about that. I haven't really asked them. And I've heard that they're quite protective of their games and stuff. Oh, these guys are here. They're going down to the catacombs. I guess they're gonna go without me, because I do not want to go along for that. Definitely not prepared for that kind of thing. The catacombs, I think, is probably the area that I'm the most apprehensive about going into, because it's dark, and it gets darker the deeper you go. It's full of skeletons. It's just a real asshole-ish place. Like, I feel like some areas are kind of straightforward. Like, Anne Orlando is one of those areas that just feels pretty straightforward. You know, most of your enemies are humanoid. Pretty easy to predict their movements and stuff. And I guess, you know, skeletons are technically humanoid as well, but some of them have some really interesting means of trying to take your souls. Like there's these guys that carry around big old wheels, and they kind of run you down with them. I think they might have blades on them, I'm not sure. But, you know, you get like 3 or 4 of them, you try to run from them, they're faster than you. You get caught in a corner and they just you know, pile up on you pretty fast. It's pretty easy to get overwhelmed, and their attacks are successive, so like, if you try to block it, you know, you're holding your guard up, and it's just eating your stamina bar. So, the best way to take care of them, I think, is to kill them from a distance before they even notice you. Although, one of my favorite shields, actually I think my favorite shield in the game is down there. If you follow the, I don't know, if you find the summon sign for the paladin guy, I forget what his name is, starts with an O, I think. So if you find his summon sign, get him to help you fight the, like the pinwheel, I think is the name of the boss. Just kind of copies himself and all that, but this paladin wielding this great hammer, he has a shield that regenerates health just passively, so like you can run around with it on your back and you'll just constantly have health regeneration, which is, I mean, you can't really overstate how useful that can be. I mean, it's gradual, it's kind of slow, but I mean, the fact of the matter is you kind of don't have to use any Estus flasks anymore, and if you pair that with like having some miracles, being able to heal yourself with those, you're pretty much almost unkillable. I guess if they catch you off guard, you can take too much damage too quickly to recover. But that's, I mean, I didn't actually beat the game with the character like that, but that was the character that I played the most. I actually ended up beating the game with a character that was dexterity based and used katanas. Actually, the first katana you get in this game. Use that all the way through to the end. Just got it to plus 15, got my dexterity to like 47 or something, 50 something, and just use that and the black bow, which has like an S rank. Oh, I forgot about this guy. Has an S rank like damage, like parameter bonus. So it's all based off of dexterity. So the higher your dexterity, the higher your damage. And I just kind of capitalized on that. I tend to do that with my characters. And I guess, you know, if you're making a sorcerer, you capitalize on intelligence. If you're making someone like this guy I'm fighting right now, I think you might actually kind of capitalize on both strength and dexterity, in case that halberd is kind of a funny weapon to use. Gotcha. Blue Titanite chunk, grass crest shield I just picked up from that body down there. The grass crest shield is kind of nice too. I've used that for quite a while. It restores your stamina as you go. You know, as you have it equipped, which of course is another thing that just comes in handy. It's one less thing you have to worry about. This is how you get to the Valley of the Drakes, which is somewhere that I tend to avoid as well, or at least not. I don't stay there for very long. There are a few items here, and there are actually some passageways here that I didn't know about until just, well, I say recently. It was probably 2 years ago that I found out about this kind of overpass near one of the mini bosses in this area. But I never knew about that overpass. I thought you just had to run in front of him and hope to God he didn't catch you with his paws. These guys, not friendly. Of course, most things in this game are not. I'm just gonna run. That may seem cowardly, but I'm not really in a position to be fighting these guys right now. Oh yeah, there's a sword and a shield up here that are relatively decent. The sword I think has some divine properties to it, which the damage kind of scales off of faith. Which would be nice if I was making a paladin, and I may go that direction eventually, but for now I'm just going to let this sleeping dragon stay asleep. He doesn't look like he's sleeping through this. This passage here is the one I didn't know about. You know, once you wake him up, you don't have to kill him, but he stays awake. So, coming back this way makes it really easy to get past him. If you don't want to kill him. You might even be able to get a drop on him. I'm not sure. But that's something I'll have to test out later. Moving right along. This is going, I'd say, pretty well. Not dying as much as I was. It's locked. I don't have a key. Oh yeah, the key's just inside of Blighttown, of course. Before the first bonfire, you know, as you might imagine, they don't make it easy, but it's doable. I'll fight my way down there, get the key, come back, open the door, turn back around, come back in here. I probably won't rest in between, depending on how well I do here. These guys are trouble. They, I think they do something worse than poison with their weapons. No, it's just poison. What's the message? Left. So like circle left? Sure. Luckily they're slow. Oh my goodness. Spoke too soon. Definitely spoke too soon. And all I did was light that bonfire back there, so I'm actually, yep, all the way back here at the parish. Use another humanity, because I want to stay human as much as I can. Gonna make the long run back. Luckily I won't have to fight that Dark Knight again, but I won't get any Estus flasks back, so I have to be going in with 7. I wish I may have a stronger weapon I can use, but I kind of feel like anything stronger is probably going to be slower as well, which could end up hurting me more than it helps. So I think I'll just stick to what I've got going on right now. I really hope I don't lose those souls that I left down there. Now would be the time for me to just like walk off a cliff or something. 20-something thousand souls down there. I can see it happening. All too well. In fact, I probably lost as many souls just recently. Last night. But I guess that's the name of the game, right? Half of it's just running back to try and get what you lost. Taking shortcuts. Try backstepping. A lot of times the friendly messages that are left around are not exactly as friendly as they seem. I'm gonna go ahead and actually rest here. This way, I can respawn to this location. What? Yeah. I was worried I might have still been hollow or something. And I have, on previous occasions, come running down this hallway, not even looked at where I was going, and just stepped right down this well before the elevator ever came. So sometimes I'll actually send the elevator back up after I get down to the bottom, just to kind of save myself from doing that to myself. I'll do that this time. And I believe there might be one or two places where actually sending the elevator up after you get down to the bottom opens up the area beneath it. Most of those elevators are like bottomless pits, but some of them have some loot hiding. Those dragons, I think, they're either worth 300 or 3,000 experience. They're not dragons, they're drakes. Those little drakes. They're worth a decent amount of experience. Or souls. I'm pretty sure it's 3,000, but they're kind of tough to kill, so I'm gonna avoid them for now as well. I'm glad he's still asleep. Gotta go get my stuff. I feel like I need to find some, I don't know if open source is the right word, but like, basically public domain kind of music that I can just like play in the background while I'm running around. This game has some background music, but it's pretty sparse. Firelink is one of those areas that has it, that I can think of. Oh. I feel like I should be using some kind of ranged weapons. What do we have? Firebombs? Let's do firebombs. I blocked that with my sword. Blocking with the sword is not as effective as blocking with the shield. Alright, now if I die after all of those firebombs, at least I reset my items, or my souls, so I can go back and pick them up again, and not as far this time. But I'm just wasting humanities like crazy. Someone gave me 15 lives. You can probably still see them in the chat. Rashane helped me out quite a bit, actually. Gave me some humanities. Helped me fight some things. Killed that fire drake. I don't know if he's technically a dragon or not. But that red dragon that you meet, pretty much first dragon you meet in the game. He killed him for me. And I mean, I guess you could say it's pretty easy if you have a pretty strong ranged weapon. You can just stand on the bridge below and take pot shots. But still, I couldn't have done it myself. Definitely helped me out with that. And also recommended DS and PvP watchdog to me, so you know, that'll probably help me for quite a while. So I can go over to assistance easily. Unfortunately, I don't know actually, but I'm pretty sure. And actually this shield that I have right now, it's a Dark Knight shield. The first person I summoned gave that to me. Just, I summoned them in Undeadburg, and they just dropped Black Knight shield, Black Knight halberd straight away. So I raised my strength up to where I could use the shield, and that was that. I probably need to invest in putting some Twinkling Titanite on it at some point. reinforce it, but I'm not quite sure that this is the shield that I'm going to use exclusively. I may find something that I prefer, but as for right now, I forgot I had this bow. As for right now, that is the shield that I'm using. Let's see how much damage I can actually get. I'm pretty sure I can handle these guys one-on-one, so if I just piss them off. Oh shit. Okay, they're both coming. Oh no, I'm wrong. Only one. Yeah, you can back up those guys, cool. It's handy. It does significantly more damage than trying to whittle them down with basic melee attacks. It keeps you out of danger. And they give you poop, which is just wonderful. I'm not sure, but I guess every attack that you land kind of takes a little bit of their stamina, because he's staggered at their last hit, or second to last hit. Kind of makes me think of Morrowind. I remember trying to train my hand-to-hand on people, just like punching them continuously until they finally fall to the ground, and then just pummeling them while they're lying there. Kind of not exactly indirect damage, but it takes a long time to get your hand-to-hand up to where it's useful. Although, once you are pretty good with hand-to-hand, like, 80 or so, you have, I think it's strength that it's based off of. Once you have enough strength to make it good, pretty much 2 or 3 punches in and you can pretty much keep anyone on the ground. Which can be significantly more useful than just fighting them normally with the sword. But, that's Morrowind. I guess there is sort of like a hand-to-hand element in this as well. You can technically use your fists. And there are also hand weapons, cases I think they're called. And then there are also pyromancy flames, which you can use as melee weapons from your hands, and a couple of other items as well that are just like your hands extended or expanded on. Ow, that's a lot of poison. You see those little darts? Those are coming from some assassins that are kind of hiding in the shadows. And I need blooming moss clumps to overcome that. So first, I only have one. Two. I have 2. So they're relatively rare. But these guys are done pretty easily. It's really hard to see in there. I guess that's the intention of that torch. Good lord, I don't remember them being so prolific. Ooh. Oh, that's close. Nice try. Let this toxic run down before I go down there myself. Face that last one. Oh, I can lock onto him. Maybe I can get him with the bow. Not like that. Oh, nice shot. Alright. that, except without taking the damage. Yeah, cool. Alright, that was actually easier than I expected it to be. I was going to put this area off, but I am glad that I didn't. There's some dogs down there that kind of, I think they spit fire or something. It looks like fire, but I've never really been 100% sure that it is. Oh, and I forgot about that guy. There's a firekeeper soul down this way, down on the ground floor. Which is that gives me boosted essence flasks, which is something that is, I mean, you know, if you already have 10, and then you make each one better, can't go wrong, right? Oh shit. This might end badly. Yep. It's going very poorly. Climb, climb, climb. Oh, I didn't make it. Well, luckily I have that key now, so I can make my home point the Firelink Shrine. Bad thing being that I need to get quite a ways down before I can get a hold of my souls again. So we're taking a big risk by doing it, but I'm just gonna rush it, I think. And I'll equip a Homeward Bone now. That way, when I do get there, get my items, I can just bounce out. Hot in my house today. I feel like maybe the air conditioning's off, but it claims to be set at the normal temperature. Or it claims to be reading normal room temperature. So could just be. Yeah, if you even try to grab the items, this dragon is sleeping next to, he'll wake up. I mean, if you're quick about it, you can grab all three of them, I think. Yeah, you can grab all three of them before he wakes up, or before he, you know, fully wakes up. I guess he kind of stretches first. So, if you're real quick about it, you can grab all three and still get away without dying. I mean, once you grab all three, you technically have them, so. You don't lose them when you die. So there's always that. You could just grab them and die anyway. Have them. But I'm not gonna go for that. Yay! And see, now we have access to this area, which has an elevator right here, or right up there. That'll take you back to Firelink. Now, these big guys will not follow me down the ladder, I'm fairly certain. So I'm just gonna run right past them. And then there's little guys with their darts and things. I will probably just try to run past them as well, because their damage is more over time than it is burst damage, which means I have a pretty good chance of getting out of there without, you know, succumbing to their attacks. These guys, though, I'll just go ahead and kill. Because, why not? I know there's a mosquito or something, yeah, under the floor. That's one thing about this area that's kind of weird, but you can attack them, so might as well. I think I'll probably pick off an assassin or two with my arrows if I can, if I have any left. I don't know how many I have on hand, but not very many. 8. Mosquito. Oh god. Oh, okay. I guess those guys don't come back. Or maybe not all of them do. None of them do? That's good. That is very, very good. See if I can pick off some of these dogs from quickly. It may be cowardly, but right now, I don't really want to lose 30-odd thousand souls. It's like they're staying as close to me as they can get for some reason. It's like they know what my range is. Oh, I can still hit them. Oh, this is bad. Get your shit. Get your shit. Okay. Right now. Right here. Best way is to heal first. Nope, it's not the best way to do that. Maybe this isn't the right game to be playing. I tend to get stuck in little ruts and then I stay there for a while. But I really just don't want to leave those souls down there. I really should spend them as soon as I get the opportunity. I wish it was easier to summon someone down there in Blighttown, because I could definitely use some assistance. But I think the nearest, or I think the only place they show up is down in the little marshy area at the bottom. And getting to that would be just a real pain. More painful, I think, than trying to get my souls back this way. Although those dogs, it kind of worries me that they take as little damage as they do from my melee attacks, which is really all I have right now. Sometimes the dragons will kill themselves like that, which is nice. Or the drakes will kill themselves like that. But looks like we're not that lucky this time. Not quite late yet. Probably be playing for another half hour, 45 minutes or so. And then I'll need to kind of get ready for bed. I gotta work 4 hours tomorrow. Not that much, which is good. Normally I work 12-hour days, so it'll be a nice change of pace. I've got pretty much my entire day already planned out for me. They'll probably go by pretty quickly, and then I can just... maybe I should hit the Firelink Shrine, just to do it. But, you know, they'll go by pretty quickly, and I can come home. And then, all afternoon, probably... Oh, yeah, that's right. Having some people over. That'll be good. Maybe I can get everybody to play Crawl or something? Do like a 4-player live stream, maybe. Highly unlikely, but maybe. I don't think I have 4 PC controllers actually. So probably not gonna happen. That is something I do want to do sometime though. I would like to have a multiplayer kind of co-op live stream. I have a few friends who play Dark Souls that I may be able to convince to play with me at some point. But not today. They're not online. So that won't happen. And I'm not sure how they feel about being recorded or being broadcast or anything like that. So I have to discuss that with them first. But it is a possibility. I also have some friends that I play Terraria, Minecraft, that kind of stuff with, so maybe we'll start a co-op Let's Play or something. Maybe do a live stream like that as well. And if you look back to my videos, I do have the beginning of a Minecraft Let's Play. It's modded, of course, but that was a year and a half ago now, I think. Maybe 2 years ago, which is just crazy to think about for me. But it was a while ago that I kind of started it, and then I don't remember if I lost interest or something happened. I think the main thing was that because my internet connection was so slow at the time, it's like 2 megabytes per second or something, it took like an hour and a half to upload a single like 15-minute video. And the bad thing about that being that my internet was coming from a cell phone whose battery was not the best, and so it would actually use more battery than it was able to replace by charging, which meant that it would die at some point during the upload process usually. So I would get, you know, part of a video uploaded and then it would just cancel. And so it made it really difficult. I think I made 8 episodes or 11, one of those two, 8 or 11 episodes, or maybe 9. Almost definitely not 10 though. But, you know, it's obviously incomplete, so I don't know if I would recommend going back and watching it. I mean, if you want to, sure, by all means. But, you know, it didn't stick like I expected, or like I thought it would with me. So the next time I come back to it, I'll definitely be more dedicated to it. I kind of have a better idea. It was kind of a trial run, and I was pretty pleased with how it turned out, I think. But all in all, I would rather, I don't know. It would be a hell of a lot easier now. My internet connection's around 60 megabytes per second, which is, you know, way faster than it was. So, who knows? Maybe I'll go back to that. I won't redo the same Let's Play. I'll definitely start something new. But if I do, that is. Red level. Some points of vitality, some endurance, some strength, some dexterity. Maybe I should take a few and start putting them in faith. That might be a bit preemptive. I think this is good. The thing about dexterity that kind of goes somewhat unnoticed is it actually increases your basically the animation speed for everything that you do. So casting spells, it makes your spells faster. Swinging your sword, it makes swinging your sword faster. I think it makes drawing your bow faster. Definitely increases damage with a bow and with certain weapons. So even if you know, your damage isn't based off of dexterity, it's still sometimes worthwhile to put points into it anyway. And even if you're a caster, and you think, you know, I'm never going to use a dagger or a katana or whatever, it still might be worth putting points into dexterity, because that cast time can definitely, you know, make or break some encounters. And that's one thing I don't think I've ever really done in this game, is a caster. I had a character who used pyromancies, but not exclusively by any means. And I've made characters who do have, you know, miracles to fall back on, but I don't use them exclusively either. I think if I were doing like PvP or something, or like cooperative play, I might make a cleric. But that might be a later episode. I do have like ideally what I would like to do is I have two friends that I used to play this game kind of next to, because we didn't have internet, so we just kind of, they would bring their TVs and Xboxes and stuff over, and we would just play at the same time, even though we couldn't play together necessarily. I'm gonna get myself killed. But I would like to one day play this game through with them the way it's meant to be done with friends. Or I guess it wasn't ever really played. That should not be. It's not really intended to be played with friends, I guess, but I think that's what it's kind of turned into. Master Straight Sword is what the that undead dragon down there that's sleeping. That's what he's guarding. And it's got, I think, the same attack pattern as the longsword does, which means it's something that I'm pretty familiar with, pretty comfortable with. Kind of interested in picking that up at some point, but it would not even be worth doing so right now until I get some faith under my belt, because then it would give me significantly more damage, and it would be magical as opposed to just pure physical damage, which there are a lot of creatures that either can't really be hurt by physical damage or take significantly more damage from magical damage, so that would make it worth it. But on the same hand, I could just enchant or imbue a regular longsword with holy damage and get kind of the same effect, maybe even better. I haven't really taken the time to compare the stats of one fully upgraded versus the other, but you know, that's neither here nor there, I guess. Soon to be having a bit of trouble with Blighttown, even with my newly acquired stats. But I do have several options, so if Blighttown turns out to be too much, I can always turn back and perhaps go back into the sewers. I don't know why I can't remember the name of it, but it's not the sewers. I just refer to it as that. Jeez. Yeah. I might just call it there. This is, I guess I'm just getting tired. So, if you've been watching, or you are watching, thank you very much for your viewership. Greatly appreciate it. Hopefully, you know, as I get more experience with this sort of thing, live streaming, recording and all that, hopefully I can make more entertaining videos, or at least find better things to talk about while I play. off here. Save you the pain of having to watch me try and get my stuff back. And see you all next time.